Hey, Brock here, Brock Page Predictions and Sports Picks with my 8-unit power package, 8 betting unit power play package. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. My name is Brock Page, and I do random sports picks for fun. You also might be surprised as to who I'm picking in the late games today. If you just can't wait and you want to save yourself some time, check out my picks for this video in the description section below. Once again, I have to remind you that I am not a sports betting expert, nor do I implore you to take any of my picks. A wise man once said, good ain't free and free ain't good. If for some reason you decide to use the free information on this program, you're utilizing it at your own discretion. And with that said, let's get into some late game picks for April 2nd. First game, Chicago +6 at New Orleans, with the total points moving upward to an even 209. When it comes to the spread, the Pelicans have struggled as of late, failing to cover in 2 of their last 3. They've also covered just 10 of 21 as the official home favorite. They're facing a Chicago team who not only covered in their first matchup head-to-head, but have also covered a solid 60% of their games at the current point spread. Before last night's action, the Bulls successfully covered in 3 of their previous 4 games. On a side note, Pelicans games have gone over the total points in 2 of their previous 3. All that said, I'm ready to make my pick as I think Chicago +6 gets the job done against the spread. When it comes to the total points, I'm in full agreement with the bettors as I think this one goes over 209. Now I'm foregoing a money line pick in this one, but I'm leaning toward New Orleans grinding this one out in a close one. That said, don't hold me to that pick. It's unofficial. Next game, Philadelphia at Toronto. The betting opened up with the Raptors as the 12.5 point favorites with the total at 212.5. Since then, Toronto's now -11 against the spread with the total points dropping to an even 212. And at the moment, the Raptors are heavily favored, laying 750 on the money line. Speaking of Toronto, they've done a great job against the number as of late, covering 3 of their last 4. They also covered in 2 out of 3 against the Sixers. They're looking to take advantage of this Philadelphia squad who's failed to cover in 3 of their last 4. Sixers games have also gone under the total points in 3 of their previous 4 as well. All that said, I'm ready to make my pick as I think Toronto -11 gets the job done. When it comes to the total points, I'm in full agreement with the bettors as I think this one stays under 212. And when it comes to the money line cash, I think Toronto wins it. Next game, it is going to be Washington +10 at Golden State with the total dropping down to 223. And at the moment, the Warriors are laying 600 on the money line. Speaking of Golden State, they failed to cover in their first matchup with Washington. They've also covered just 6 of 15 games at the current spread. They're facing a Wizard squad who's won 4 of their last 6 and covered in 3 of their last 5. Golden State games have also gone under the total in 3 of their previous 4 games. All that said, I'm ready to make my pick as I'm riding with Washington +10, getting the job done against the spread. When it comes to the total points, I'm once again in full agreement with the bettors as I think this one stays under 223. And when it comes to the money line cash, I think Golden State wins it in a close one. Next and final game for the show, Houston at Phoenix. The betting opened up with the Rockets as the 10.5 point favorites with the total points at 234. Since then, Houston's now -11.5 against the spread with the total remaining at 234. When it comes to the spread, the Suns have actually covered in 3 of their last 4. They're also 16-9 against the spread as the official home underdog. They're facing a Houston team who's failed to win and cover in their last 3 straight. The Rockets' last 3 games have also gone under the total posted points. All that said, I'm ready to make my pick as I think Phoenix +11.5 gets the job done against the spread. When it comes to the total points, I think this one stays under 234. And when it comes to the money line cash, I think Houston wins this one by about 11. Now, before I wrap it up here, let's take a look at my heavily scrutinized teaser picks. The following parlay is a 10.4 pick super teaser. Let's dive in. First pick, Chicago +16. Second pick, Philadelphia +21. Third pick, Washington +20. And my fourth and final pick for the teaser, Phoenix plus 12.5. Just a reminder, my 10-point Sweetheart Super Teasers pay 5 to 6 and get graded as a loss should any game result in a push. You can find this exotic wager in several online sports books and in the state of Delaware. Well, folks, that is going to do it for me. Once again, I have to remind you that I am not a sports betting expert, nor do I implore you to take any of my picks. A wise man once said, good ain't free, and free ain't good. If for some reason you decide to use the free information on this program, you're utilizing it at your own discretion. Most importantly, if you're betting any of these games, do it safe, do it responsibly, and most important, have fun. For Brock Page Predictions and Sports Picks, I'm Brock Page, and have yourself a positive day.